Broadcasting from Studio 300 on Cal Poly's campus, this is Mustang Insider.
Hello and welcome to Mustang Insider, our 30-minute recap and preview show in collaboration with Cal Poly Athletics. I'm Allison Edmonds.
I'm McCarthy. This will be our last show of the fall quarter before the winter quarter starts.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're kind of finishing off fall sports and moving on into winter sports. Basketball started this past Friday, and we are going to get started by taking a look at the ending of the men's basketball Big West tournament last year in Anaheim.
And now here's the starting lineup.
The Cal Poly men's basketball team went to the Big West tournament in Anaheim with a 4-12 record in conference play and as the number 7 seed in the tournament. The Mustangs were looking to repeat their 2014 tournament appearance as they went into the quarterfinals against number 2 seeded UC Irvine. Despite hitting 13 threes on the night, the Mustangs fell to the Anteaters at the Honda Center with a final score of 84-64.
I mean, we came out knowing that our backs were against the wall. We played our hardest. Obviously, they made a lot of shots. They played well. Give credit to Irvine. Unfortunately, we didn't pull it out in the end, but yeah.
Cal Poly also had a lot of young talent this year, giving them something to look towards in the future.
It was awesome to see all of them progress throughout the year from game 1 to right now. I mean, Jalen came out of nowhere and just wowed us all. Luke and Josh, we had those expectations and they exceeded them.
The loss marked the end of the season for the Mustangs, who are looking to build upon this season and be prepared for next year. Allison Edmonds, Mustang News. That was a look at last season, and as we said, the season started this Friday. We are joined here with Josh Martin. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so kind of just start off, since we just watched that, kind of what was that game like last year in Anaheim?
It was intense. I had never been a part of a conference tournament game before, so it was a cool experience and very much looking forward to going back.
Cool. And you are a transfer student as well. You came from the University of Minnesota, and your first game was against USC. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Playing for Cal Poly. How was it playing for Cal Poly for the first time?
It was cool. I was very nervous. I won't lie. I was incredibly nervous. I remember my first shot was an air ball, just because I was so nervous. I didn't know what I was doing. But after that, things settled down and we got to work. Fortunately, we didn't win that game, but it was still exciting, and I'm looking forward to more games this season.
Awesome. And then, so last season, you didn't play the whole season. Is that correct? You played like the second half-ish of the season? And so this is your first full season at Cal Poly. What kind of are you looking forward to being on the team?
Those travel games at the beginning of the season, going to the East Coast, all the things I couldn't do last year. It's just different when you're in non-conference. Non-conference games are different, so I'm looking forward to being able to play more of those.
So what is it like traveling to the East Coast and playing some of those East Coast teams?
Long plane rides, cold, just to say the least. It's cool. A lot of the guys get to know each other really well. A lot of team bonding that goes on. It's just, you can't duplicate it at home. So it's cool to bond with teammates on the road.
Yeah, what's the team looking like this year? Is it a young team, an old team? What's the dynamic of the team looking like?
Fast, young and fast. We got a lot of new guys: Donovan Fields, Victor Joseph, Josh Misser, a bunch of transfers from JUCO who speed up the tempo of the game for us. They're really skilled, although really young, so there's a lot of progression to be made. But after this last Friday against Pepperdine and Sunday against ASU, I can see a lot of potential in all of our guys to pick up the pace and get a lot of buckets.
That's awesome.
So what are your guys' goals this week for the upcoming game?
Prepare ourselves defensively and prepare ourselves for 40 straight minutes of good basketball. Friday and Sunday, we put together 30 to 35 minutes of good basketball, but it takes 40 minutes to beat anybody in college basketball. So 40 straight minutes of physical, intense, good basketball.
So, what makes it more intense about college basketball? What's different between high school, college basketball, and, the NBA?
The speed of the game. That would be the answer that everybody gives you. as soon as somebody steps on the college floor, they recognize that guys are quicker, guys are bigger, guys are stronger, and you got to learn to play at your speed. You can't let the defense speed you up, and you can't let anybody get you out of your flow. That would be the biggest difference.
So then with all, like a change of speed almost to the game, with those younger guys coming from high school, what do you tell the younger guys about the change of pace and how college basketball is different?
Just that there's a learning curve. They don't need to worry about the mistakes that they make. They just need to get back on defense and make sure they do the little things. Obviously, there's going to be some sort of transition period for everybody going from high school to college, junior college to D1. But the advice we all give the new guys is just be confident in your abilities, trust yourself, and bet on yourself every play.
What's it like kind of it's going to be your first home game of the season on Thursday night. What's it like for you guys to be at home?
It's cool. You know, you get to be in a great atmosphere where everybody's cheering you on. No one's cheering on the other team. You know, you get to put on a home jersey, which is, you know, it's cool to put on a Cal Poly white. And just being at home, you get to shoot on your baskets, so it just is a little bit more comfortable shooting with your basketballs and being in your locker room, and it's just a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, you are from Seattle, Washington, so did you play basketball there as well?
Yeah, plenty of basketball going on. A lot of NBA guys from Seattle. Seattle's a hotbed for collegiate and NBA talent. No one really knows about it because it's on the West Coast, and West Coast doesn't get a lot of love. But yeah, whenever I go home, there's a lot of basketball to be played.
How does Coach Calero get you guys ready for the games?
You know, he does a really good job of getting our assistants out and scouting other teams, making sure that we understand their sets, understand their guys. KYP, know your personnel, know who you're guarding. And you know, he just, before the game, lets us know that we can be better than anybody on any given night. So regardless of who we're playing, if we play Cal Poly basketball, we'll be fine.
So what are your pregame rituals before all the games?
Oh, mine? I really don't have any. You know, I never was a pregame ritual kind of guy. I always kind of thought if I did something and I played well, and then I did it again and didn't play well, that would kind of throw me off, and then I'd have to find a new ritual. Only thing I do is just pray a little bit before every game. Pray for an injury-free game and a little bit of a made shot here and there.
All right, awesome.
Well, thank you for being here.
Thank
Took
you.
time out of your day to be here, and thank you for being interviewed. There will be a game this week as well.
Yeah, there's a game on Thursday night in Mott at 7, and then again Saturday at 2, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, awesome. And so please go out to Mott and cheer on our men's basketball team. And women are playing on Friday as well, I believe. So go out and cheer them on as well. And after the break, we will be joined by a member of the swim team after these messages.
Home of the Cal Poly Mustangs, located in Foothill Square with daily specials. Head on over after today's game.
Digital West, proud partners of Cal Poly Athletics, inspiring businesses and communities through life-changing technology. Let us help you make your next idea a business reality. Ferguson proudly stocks Bradford White. Have a water heater emergency? We can help. Any day, anytime. Go to Ferguson.com to find the location closest to you.
Featuring handcrafted cuisine, 72 beers on tap, late-night dining, and a daily happy hour, Milestone Tavern is your official headquarters for Mustang football. Located at 972 Foothill Boulevard, join us on game day for weekend brunch and catch all the away game action streamed live on the Milestone Jumbo Screen. ALS has taken enough lives and enough loved members of the SLO community. This is why the Martha Olson Fernandez Foundation has stepped up to fight ALS through patient care and research. Join us today to fight ALS and to win. For more information, visit mofffoundation.com.
Digital West, proud partners of Cal Poly Athletics, inspiring businesses and communities through life-changing technology. Let us help you make your next idea a business reality. Ferguson proudly stocks Bradford White. Have a water heater emergency? We can help. Any day, anytime. Go to Ferguson.com to find the location closest to you.
Featuring handcrafted cuisine, 72 beers on tap, late-night dining, and a daily happy hour, Milestone Tavern is your official headquarters for Mustang football. Located at 972 Foothill Boulevard, join us on game day for weekend brunch and catch all the away game action streamed live on the Milestone Jumbo Screen. ALS has taken enough lives and enough loved members of the SLO community. This is why the Martha Olson Fernandez Foundation has stepped up to fight ALS through patient care and research. Join us today to fight ALS and to win. For more information, visit mofffoundation.com.
Hello and welcome back to Mustang Insider. We are joined right now with two swimmers, Zach and Danny. Welcome, guys. How are you all doing?
Doing great. Thanks for having us.
So kind of to start off, when is the swim season? What are you guys kind of doing now to prepare? Kind of just start off with that, I guess.
Well, we start in early September, and our season goes all the way through mid of winter quarter. Okay. And so we're kind of in a taper phase as we go into our next meet. So we start off at a heavy workload, and then as the meets come along, we taper the yardage down.
Awesome. And I forgot to ask, what are both of your events that you guys do?
I'm a 200 butterflyer and 400 IMer.
Okay.
And I'm a sprinter, 100 fly and 50 free.
Awesome.
Wow. Yeah, I did swim 1 year in high school. like I've seen those events, and like the IM is very difficult. But what is it like swimming in college compared to swimming in high school?
There's a lot more team dynamic as opposed to high school. All the meets, it's not really what time you go. It's more just beat the other guy in the pool. And I feel like there's a lot more camaraderie in the college aspect of swimming.
It's definitely a lot more yardage than what I was used to in high school. Just the amount, like the sheer amount of yardage that we do is like incredible to what I did when I was like 16 or 17. So I think that was definitely a challenge to get used to in high school, but over the years you get stronger and you get more used to it. So it's been a good experience.
What's it kind of like, being on a co-ed team versus, men's basketball and women's basketball? What's kind of like the dynamic of having both male and female on the team?
I think it's really nice. The guys are always there to cheer us on and joke around, and we do all of the same sets. So what I've noticed with a lot of other sports teams, swimming in particular, their men's team's completely separate from their women's team. They have a totally different coaching staff, and that's what's different and unique about our team is we have two coaches, an assistant and a head coach, and we pretty much do everything together, like all of the same sets, in and out every day, every practice, we're all together. So I think it's definitely a special bond that we have as a team. We're all super close. We're like family. So.
And I know swimming's kind of notorious for having early practices.
Oh my God.
So what is it like adjusting to like waking up before dawn almost every day?
Well, I'll tell you, the worst part is diving into the cold water at 5:30 every day, and just like the way you get through it is just knowing that your buddies are right next to you, diving into the same water at the same temperature, and that's really how you get through it.
Yeah, we didn't do doubles every day when I was a freshman. That started last year, and it's actually proven to be pretty beneficial for our team. A lot of other programs do it, but it is tough having a double every single day, but hopefully by the end of the season we'll see some great results.
Yeah, you guys had a home meet, I think, recently. What kind of were the results of that? It's a diving meet. What kind of was that like? Do you guys know about it?
The divers and us, we're not extremely close, but at the meets, whenever they dive, we go over there, cheer them on. We hang out with them a little bit out of the pool, and involve them in team events. Okay,
awesome. What meet are you guys most looking forward to in your season? What kind of is like the big rivalry meet in swim?
UCSB is definitely our biggest rival meet. It's very intense. They're very, very competitive. They actually don't have a diving team, so we do have the upper hand there. I think they simply just didn't have the funding for it, and it was kind of just becoming like not a good thing for their team. So, but they are super fast. We're competitive in every single event with them, so it's always super close. But definitely, I would say conference is the meet that everyone's looking forward to because it's at the end of the year. Like you train all year for that meet, and that's when we usually see the most drops in our times. So,
Very cool.
I'm looking at one of these facts right here, and Zach, it said you delivered the second best time in the 200 IM, a minute 48 and 45ths of a second, in school history during the second day of the Mountain Pacific Sports Federation Championship last February. So what was like getting that time? Like, did you have to go through a lot of training to try to get there?
Oh, absolutely. It's just, swimming is one of the sports where you put in hours and hours throughout the entire year, and then 2 minutes at the end of your season is when you find out if it worked out or not. So I was pretty excited when I hit the wall and saw the time, and I knew I got a best time, which is what you always go for. And it's just awesome to also make a final and just support your team in that way, because making the top 8 is pretty big, and just your whole team crowds around you, and it's a great feeling.
Do you guys have like a younger or an older team this year?
I would definitely say a younger team.
Much.
I'm actually one of the only seniors on the team, one of 3 girls, and the only one who's actually competed all 4 years. So our retention rate is a little bit lower, but our freshmen I think this is definitely like the best that we will perform in the 4 years that I've been here. Our freshmen are so strong, so we're really proud.
So having like an older role, what do you kind of advice do you give all the new swimmers on the team?
Just keep keeping on. It's hard to wake up in the morning and do the morning practices. And personally, I struggled a lot with the yardage and the sets in particular. But at the end of the day, I think it was so worth it to swim all 4 years. Not just because of priority registration, but because of the bond that you form with teammates. And it's been a great experience. Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, cool. And looking at another one of these facts, let's see, like once again with Zach, you obtained 3 program all-time top 5 times during the season, including 3rd in the 200 fly last November, 4th in both 200 IM. You have a lot of achievements right here. Like what is it like just receiving like all these great recognitions?
Really, it's just, it feels good to know that the hard work you put in is coming out, and I just enjoy going to big meets and being with all the guys on the team, and just achieving those goals that you said.
All right, cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing what you guys have to do in the season. What you guys do in the season, I guess.
Thank you for being here. We look forward to interviewing you guys more. So.
Yeah, good luck. And after this, we'll be joined by a men's and women's tennis player to talk to us a little bit about tennis right after these messages.
Of the Cal Poly Mustangs, located in Foothill Square with daily specials. Head on over after today's game.
Digital West, proud partners of Cal Poly Athletics, inspiring businesses and communities through life-changing technology. Let us help you make your next idea a business reality. Ferguson proudly stocks Bradford White. Have a water heater emergency? We can help. Any day, anytime. Go to Ferguson.com to find the location closest to you.
Featuring handcrafted cuisine, 72 beers on tap, late-night dining, and a daily happy hour, Milestone Tavern is your official headquarters for Mustang football. Located at 972 Foothill Boulevard, join us on game day for weekend brunch and catch all the away game action streamed live on the Milestone Jumbo Screen. ALS has taken enough lives and enough love members of the SLO community. This is why the Martha Olson Fernandez Foundation has stepped up to fight ALS through patient care and research. Join us today to fight ALS and to win. For more information, visit mofffoundation.com.
Digital West, proud partners of Cal Poly Athletics, inspiring businesses and communities through life-changing technology. Let us help you make your next idea a business reality. Ferguson proudly stocks Bradford White. Have a water heater emergency? We can help. Any day, anytime. Go to Ferguson.com to find the location closest to you.
Featuring handcrafted cuisine, 72 beers on tap, late-night dining, and a daily happy hour, Milestone Tavern is your official headquarters for Mustang football. Located at 972 Foothill Boulevard, join us on game day for weekend brunch and catch all the away game action streamed live on the Milestone Jumbo Screen. ALS has taken enough lives and enough love members of the SLO community. This is why the Martha Olson Fernandez Foundation has stepped up to fight ALS through patient care and research. Join us today to fight ALS and to win. For more information, visit mufffoundation.com.
Hello and welcome back to Mustang Insider. We're joined now by two tennis players, Luis and Corey. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good. How are yourself?
Doing very well.
Good, awesome. So, to start off, just if you want to, wait, actually, never mind. You don't need to choose yourself. So, women's season just happened, right? Did you just finish, or are you still in season?
We just finished full season, so that's all our individual tournaments.
Okay, awesome. So if you guys could just both start, I guess, by introducing yourselves, what team you're on, kind of what you play, if you play singles or doubles, or that
And can I also explain, like, what the game of tennis is like? Because, I mean, a lot of our viewers might not really know what tennis is, like, all about.
Yeah, so my name is Corey Pang, senior on the men's tennis team. We just finished up our fall season, which is all individual, and so our coach takes us to tournaments, and then we're entered in a draw, and we all compete, but it's all individual. So we just finished up our fall season, and then we're heading into our team season, which starts in January, and that's where we compete as a team, 6 singles players, and then 3 doubles teams, and we go head-to-head with our other teams.
Yeah, so we have 3 new freshmen that just joined out of our 7 players. So that was good. We had a lot of team bonding to start the season off with, and we got a head start on our practice and conditioning. And we just finished our last fall tournament this weekend. We had some really good results. Yeah, our freshmen showed a lot of promise. So yeah, we're looking forward to the season. It's going to be a pretty intense season when drill matches start. So.
Awesome. Very cool. So, kind of to start off, question for you: what kind of? I know you're from New Zealand. What kind of was like the recruiting process like, and how you kind of got to Cal Poly from New Zealand?
Yeah, it's a little different being international because the coaches don't actually see you play in person. So a lot of it is results orientated. I played a lot of international tournaments on the world circuit. So it was all like a ranking or like a recruiting video and stuff like that, yeah.
Awesome.
So another question about coming from another country. How'd you hear about Cal Poly? Because, I mean, there aren't that many international students here. So what drew you to this area?
I definitely wanted to come to a school in California, so I was researching a lot of the good tennis programs, and also I wanted to study architecture, so Cal Poly was really good for that. So that mainly made my decision. And then, yeah, St. Louis Obispo is such a great location, so I was really lucky with my choice.
Same with you, Corey. Like, why did you decide to choose Cal Poly?
Yeah, basically the same as Luis, just the great balance between academics and sports. It just seemed like the right fit for me, and I couldn't be happier looking back 4 years later.
So what is it like working together as like a men and women's team, almost like a co-ed team, but still being a separate team? What is that like?
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty separated. We don't practice together or anything like that, but our teams are close. We hang out quite a bit, and we're always supporting each other when the other team's on the road or something like that, and we always go to each other's matches, so we always have each other's backs, but the training is pretty separate.
What's that training like for you guys? Like, what do you have to do to prepare for a match?
We train 2 to 3 hours a day, every day, and then we have conditioning and weights on the side, so we rotate between conditioning and weights each day. And then all our dual matches are mostly on the weekends. We'll either have 1 or 2 matches a weekend, and it's a pretty intense season, a lot of traveling, to be pretty organized. We miss a lot of school, so.
What do you guys are both seniors on your teams, what do you kind of tell the like younger players on the team, or any goals you may be working towards in like your final season at Cal Poly?
Just tell them to enjoy it, because it seems like it goes by so fast, so try not to get caught up in wins or losses at the start, because there's always a big adjustment period, so if they can just go out there and relax and play, it's much easier to play than if you're caught up on wins and losses. So that's my main message to our freshmen and younger guys.
So do you all have plans after college since you're seniors?
Not really. Still unsure about that. I could possibly have another year of eligibility, so we'll see about that. And yeah, either looking to go pro. I don't know if you're looking at that too. But yeah, it's.
Yeah, I might try and play some professional tournaments and doubles, but other than that, I think I'm going to start looking to go into the work world, and might be the end of tennis after this year, but trying to make the most of my last year.
All right, awesome. I think that is all we have for you today. Thank you guys so much for coming in and talking to us. Best of luck in the rest of your season and start of your season.
Best of luck beyond college as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we come back, we will be talking a little bit about winter sports and what is to come in the next months in Cal Poly Athletics after this.
Charlie's Place, home of the Cal Poly Mustangs, located in Foothill Square with daily specials. Head on over after today's game.
Digital West, proud partners of Cal Poly Athletics, inspiring businesses and communities through life-changing technology. Let us help you make your next idea a business reality. Ferguson proudly stocks Bradford White. Have a water heater emergency? We can help. Any day, anytime. Go to Ferguson.com to find the location closest to you.
Featuring handcrafted cuisine, 72 beers on tap, late-night dining, and a daily happy hour, Milestone Tavern is your official headquarters for Mustang football. Located at 972 Foothill Boulevard, join us on game day for weekend brunch and catch all the away game action streamed live on the Milestone Jumbo Screen. ALS has taken enough lives and enough love members of the SLO community. This is why the Martha Olson Fernandez Foundation has stepped up to fight ALS through patient care and research. Join us today to fight ALS and to win. For more information, visit mofffoundation.com.
Digital West, proud partners of Cal Poly Athletics, inspiring businesses and communities through life-changing technology. Let us help you make your next idea a business reality. Ferguson proudly stocks Bradford White. Have a water heater emergency? We can help. Any day, anytime. Go to Ferguson.com to find the location closest to you.
Featuring handcrafted cuisine, 72 beers on tap, late-night dining, and a daily happy hour, Milestone Tavern is your official headquarters for Mustang football. Located at 972 Foothill Boulevard, join us on game day for weekend brunch and catch all the away game action streamed live on the Milestone Jumbo Screen. ALS has taken enough lives and enough love members of the SLO community. This is why the Martha Olson Fernandez Foundation has stepped up to fight ALS through patient care and research. Join us today to fight ALS and to win. For more information, visit mofffoundation.com.
Hello and welcome back to Mustang Game Day. We were just joined by several guests from some teams that we don't normally get to talk to, which was awesome to get to hear about their seasons and what is to come in the coming months for athletics.
We heard about from 2 tennis players, 2 swimmers, as well as basketball.
Right, which is heating up here, but we are not quite done with fall sports. We actually still have football. Football has their last game of the season is actually here at home in Spanos Stadium, starting at 6:05 p.m. on Saturday night against Northern Colorado, and it is a fight for the playoffs for them. They actually lost their last 2 conference games. If they were to win the last 2 games, they would have a secured spot in the playoffs, but since they lost, they're still hanging on by a thread. They've got a chance, and so it's a super exciting game. I know a lot of people are going to be out of town for Thanksgiving because we have that break coming up.
We got some highlights right here.
From last weekend at Weber State. Cal Poly unfortunately fell 22-15. Weber State scored 15 unanswered points in the first half of the game, and Cal Poly didn't score until the end of the second half, the end of the first half, and then just barely missed out on that victory, unfortunately. But hopefully we'll see good things this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, if they end up going to playoffs, we'll be playing the University of San Diego.
So I hear. We're both from San Diego.
We're both from San Diego.
Awesome.
If it happens over Thanksgiving break in San Diego, I mean, I'm going to attend. We'll definitely be there.
That's all we have for Mustang Insider this week. I'm Allison Edmonds.
I'm Connor McCarthy. Tune in this Saturday at 4 p.m. on MustangNews.net and GoPoly.com for Mustang Game Day, a live stream before the football game.
And that's all we have for today. Have a great night.